Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally.
Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
I'll have a bushwhacker.
Cheers. Off at your mother.
Evening, boys.
Evening, Mark. All right.
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah,
All
good,
right.
mate.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
Good. Have you been up to anything?
Oh, me? Or
Any of you?
I've just been watching a new TV programme on telly.
All right.
Oh, you watching?
Yeah. Chaos. You recommended it.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaos? What's that on?
What do you think?
It's on Netflix.
All right.
Okay.
It's a bit crude in places, should I say?
Yeah, that's why I like
But
it.
well, probably. But it's very good, and I think very clever.
What's
what's
the
it
premise of it?
So,
Yeah.
do you want to take it, Kirk?
Well, I was just going to say, do you have any interest at all in like Greek mythology or anything like that?
No.
I don't think you need to.
No.
You don't have to.
No.
And I dare say, as they say more and more names as the characters come into it, you'll be like, oh yeah, I've heard of him, and I've heard. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know. I want to look into it, and we've gone really deep already here, haven't we?
Yeah.
How much of the interactions are actually linear to Greek mythology? Because
Well,
the characters are from Greek
So the
mythology.
relationships are correct. So where you look at Zeus and then Hades is his brother.
But I mean,
and
in terms of the
married to
things that
Hera.
happen, and obviously a lot of stuff's modern in it, but some of the actual fundamentals of certain actions, do they exist in the original? And I don't know. I think, Rob, you would really appreciate it
Right.
because the depth of the characters is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like onions, like
Layers.
ogres. They've got layers.
Layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would recommend watching it?
Absolutely.
I'll give it a watch
Yeah.
then.
I think it's brilliant.
Have you been up to what, Rob?
Have I been up to much? Oh, well, I went to a spa at the weekend.
What, for some beer?
Not quite. No. Nice, relaxing bathe in the steam room and the sauna and the.
Yeah.
I had a treatment. So yeah.
A treatment?
Yeah.
On where? On your face?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a
You had a
facial,
facial?
and a
It's not-
back massage. It was very nice. Yeah, and an afternoon tea with scones and sandwiches and cakes and tea.
Would you go to a spa, Mark?
Me?
Well,
Scones?
both of you.
Well, I'll let Mark answer first.
I mean, to be honest, my local spa is not far from a Tesco Express. So, do you know what I mean? And I'd be like, well, I have been to a spa before, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, but not like purposely just for the spa. I've been to a resort that's got a spa in it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
But 5 minutes in a steam room. Obviously, I wear glasses. It's like sticking your head in oven and checking on Yorkshire puddings, and your eyes just steam up. Not your eyes, your glasses.
You don't tend to wear your glasses in the steam room.
No, but I do. I can't see up without them anyway. But yeah, they don't really do anything for me, if I'm honest. I'm as you know, I'm always on go. I'm too fidgety. I can't relax.
Yeah.
So I'd be a waste of time. I'd walk in and stress everybody out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I
yeah,
get
see
that.
that.
And I'm very similar, but I just find that I'll go to steam room, then I'll go to sauna, then I'll go for a dip in pool, then I'll get out, lay on bed for a minute, literally a minute, and then get back up again and go back in pool or go to sauna. Or,
Have you been to a spa, Mark?
yeah, I've been to one. Yeah, I love them. I'd go back. I'd go to more if I had more money. But yeah, I love them. They're great.
Yeah. I'd like to go to a nice one. I've never been to a proper spa.
Have you ever been to Centre Park Spa?
No.
That's one you need to go
That's
to.
what everyone says. That's
Yeah.
what everyone says. To go
Very
there and
good.
experience.
I would
that,
like to go
but-
to Centre Parks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
For the activities, not for relaxing.
Well, Centre Park Spa it's almost like its own little thing.
Oh.
And it really is. It's very different. Like if you go to, say, for instance, the spa I went to, which was in Sheffield, it's got a sauna, a steam room, and a I think it was called an ice room. That was it, and a pool. And obviously you could get treatments.
I couldn't imagine anything worse than an ice room.
Well, you go.
Do you have to, like, go into the...
No, it's just a cold room, but there's
Lovely.
literally like crushed ice, and you literally rub
no,
it on
that's
you,
just made me go,
get
"Oh."
under and put it on your head, and then get under a shower while you're under.
see,
I'd take a few bottles of beer and I'd stick them in the ice and leave them in there while they go cold, go into the steam room for 5 minutes, come back, and then, right, now
Whereas
it's up.
somewhere like Centre Parks has got like 12 different rooms. Each one's up very different smells, different. Some of them are completely dry, but they're just.
It sounds like you're walking through Meadowall.
It's very
walking past
relaxing.
Lush.
Very relaxing. But yeah, that's one you should try.
Yeah, I would like to try it. I would like to try it.
Have you been up to anything, Kirk?
Well, yeah, I had a very random trip out. I got home from work on Friday night and got the kids kids were at our house, and I just kind of looked and I just said to Daisy, fancy a run out to Cleethorpes?
As you do. Yeah.
So we piled everyone in the car and set off and had a run out to Cleethorpes. We got to Cleethorpes for, I want to say, about 10 to 8 at night.
Wow.
And it were closed.
Amusements were shut.
I must admit, halfway there, I did think to myself, I should have checked, see what time things close and stuff like that. But I thought to myself, it's Friday night, surely there'll be some things open. So we ended up parking up and went for fish and chips.
Brilliant. Were the amusements open or were they shut?
No, they were closed, surely. They closed in August, didn't they?
No, they were open. They weren't, obviously it were very quiet. I did expect it to be a bit busier with it being a Friday night, but it was very quiet. And yes, there were some amusements open and stuff, but only the small ones, and nothing.
But the main event was the fish and chips.
Yes. That's the main reason I fancied fish and chips.
And how did that rank on MyFitnessPal?
There's falling off the wagon and he's driving 50 miles to do so.
Yeah. Look, I tried to be sensible. I did have fish and chips, but I tried to just eat the fish, not as much of the batter. I only ate half the chips, and I tried to dip into the curry as opposed to pouring it all over. So I did try and think a bit more consciously about it.
That's quite sensible.
But yes, I did log it. I log it in MyFitnessPal.
Well done.
It was a few calories.
Have you had your account suspended?
Yeah.
And was it worth it? Was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it? As in going to the seaside for fish
Have
and
you been
chips?
travelling countries, did they?
Or did you go and go? They weren't what I thought.
No, I enjoyed it. It was lovely. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was lovely. But in all fairness, I didn't. It's one of those situations where I've been doing so well with my weight loss and stuff like that I decided to treat myself.
Yeah, it didn't quite work like that.
No, I know. But going on what you've said, Rob, and I've said that I'll try it your way and the calorie count and stuff, and it has been going well. And at least, again, it's a mindset change that I know I can go and have fish and chips if that's what I have. Make sure I log it, see what I'm over in my calories, and then try and pull it back within the week.
Absolutely.
So I totally get what you're saying, and I have been really good, but I've got to put it down to, yes, I've been trying hard. Yes, I've been going to the gym. Yes, I've really got my mind into it, but it's really helped me with Daisy cooking for me every night, and she has.
Right.
She has, literally every night.
It's been that nice. He drives 50 miles to Seaside for fish and chips.
Well, in all fairness, it was to give Daisy a break from cooking, because literally she's cooked my meal every night, and every night she's wrote the recipe down, what she's cooked, the weights, how many grams, how many tablespoons. I'm logging 1 teaspoon of Henderson's relish.
Yeah,
good. Do you know what I mean? And literally she's put everything down. And you know what? I feel bad that she's cooking every night, because then day she works full time as well. It's not just her job to look after me and to cook for me. But from a selfish point of view, when it comes to weight loss side, it helps.
Yeah,
it does help
does.
Because she goes out, she gets the food, she cooks it, she measures everything's there, and I just have to eat it.
Have you ever been a cook? Do you ever cook much?
Yeah, I consider myself that I can cook. I can cook, and me and Daisy's always had jobs that sometimes she was working in the evening or working nights, and I get in from work in the evening. So there's a lot of times when I do have to cook, and I do cook. But I must admit, if Daisy was in the house, then she does naturally then cook tea. It's not that I expect it. I'd never expect it, ever. But we can't lose focus of the fact that she used to be a head chef.
Yeah.
So, I'm not just saying it when I say that when Daisy cooks a meal, it's 1,000 times better and nicer than if I cook it.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
It just is.
But they do say any food that's cooked by someone else is always
it's always better.
tastier.
I mean, not
if I'm cooking it. Not if I'm cooking it, it's not better. Sometimes. Yeah.
What's your staple dish? If you were going to cook something for Helen, what would it be?
It would have to be something where everything goes in one pan.
Yeah. So spag bol. Okay.
Yeah, because if I've got like 2 or 3 pans going, it's like chaos. Absolute chaos.
I'd love to see Mark cooking a Sunday roast.
I really would.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Other day, English.
Yeah. Other day, difficult. What were we doing? We were cooking something. Well, Ellen was cooking something in the kitchen, and she said, just chop us that up. What were I chopping up? I can't even see what I was chopping up. And it was going everywhere. Just the one thing.
Yeah.
How can you get that everywhere? And I'm just like,
I must admit, I am exactly the same. I'm a very messy cook.
I'm a messy cook.
I don't mind
Really?
cooking. I
What's wrong with
enjoy
you?
cooking, but I'm very messy. So do you cook then, Mark? Out of you and
cook-
Aina?
Yeah, I'm the one who cooks most of the time, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Aina. I mean, in fairness to Aina, she cooks, but she tends to cook her own Asian food.
All right.
But I
I'd
would
be all over that.
So
I love Asian food.
I would say she only cooks maybe once a week, maybe.
All right.
And then I cook all the other
And
meals.
what sort of meals would you cook for you and Aina?
Chips and egg?
Well, it can range from, potatoes, mashed potatoes, to pies, to
You can just have mashed potatoes.
She's like,
no, I'm not just. I'm cooking mashed potato and it might be sausages or something like that. What goes with it? I don't
Sausage
mean
and
just
mash?
Sausage and mash.
I'd probably started with the sausages.
Yeah.
Finish with
well,
the
you-
mash.
you know, I'm
Sometimes
just
we have
thinking of
mash
different foods I cook.
Oh, what else?
Meats. I like meats, lamb, pork, chicken, that sort of
So
thing.
you're quite traditional.
Yeah. What's the fun? Eh?
Just naming loads of food. Here we are. Lamb,
What?
chicken.
You're quite a traditional cook then.
I'm very traditional. Yeah.
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 I'm impressed that you cook lamb.
Yeah. Cook lamb.
What'd you have it? What'd you have it with?
Mashed potato.
Boiled potatoes. 'Cause my favourite food is potatoes. Boiled potatoes.
Is it?
Yeah.
So would
or
you-
mashed potatoes, should I say?
So would you consider yourself to be a good cook?
Yes, because I can pretty much. I mean, listen. I'm going to say this, and you're going to laugh. I would say I can pretty much cook anything. And when I mean that, I mean for obviously some I need
Potatoes.
recipes. I need recipes if I'm cooking dishes, like
yeah.
stuff what you get from a low fresh or whatever. If I'm cooking, say something like that, I need. But once I've got, I can cook pretty much anything. I would say.
Nice.
Does anyone batch cook up? Like you've got a busy week coming up. Does anyone make stuff ready for the week ahead? Or do you literally go, well, I guess that's another question. Do you actually have to plan for the week? Because I do. It's almost like, I say I.
Why don't that surprise me?
Well,
Yeah.
it's that, what's on this night? What's on
6
that night?
pieces of pasta on Tuesday.
Well, working days and nights. It's a bit like, right, when I'm
I
at
bet you're
home
knackered, aren't you?
Absolutely. When I'm working nights, what am I going to have when I'm on nights? What we're having on, and then it becomes, right, so what we're going to have on that night, what we're going to have on that night, so you know what to get from shop. What do you for your shopping list? Otherwise, or do you literally go and get what you need from the shop on the night that you're going to cook?
I think I fall into the category of a bit of both. I mean, when I'm trying to healthy eat, and it also helps that Daisy's also on a bit of a health kick at the minute, we are trying to plan a bit more. So we know what we've got in, and I will say Daisy, because that's what it's been for the past couple of weeks. Daisy will go shopping, get them stuff for them meals, and then we know what we're having every night.
Yeah.
To stop us falling into the trap of, we've got nothing in, let's order a takeaway, or we've got nothing in, let's try and piece something together that then is not on plan for what we're trying to do.
That's exactly why we do it.
So absolutely, yeah. But under normal circumstances, if you were before the last 2 weeks, it would be a case of call at the shop on the way home and get something.
That's the thing is I fall into the trap of what we're going to have. Oh, what did we have last week? Oh, spag bol. Oh, should we just do a spag bol again then? In that you can make one spag bol and it makes, well, for us, it makes 6 portions.
6 portions?
Yeah, out of one.
Wow.
How big's your pan?
That would only be as well 700 grams of mince,
Oh, here we
2
go.
tins of tomatoes, an onion, mushrooms, all the other bits that go in it. But fundamentally, they're the ingredients. That would make 6 portions.
6 portions.
So all
Yeah.
those things don't already come in it? You have to put them in.
Yeah, I make it from scratch. I don't buy a sauce. I make the sauce.
Ellen delivers mine.
He orders from Uber Eats in the living room. And
Well,
she
I can
brings it
answer
in.
you 2 questions, Rob. No and yes. So there you go.
There we go.
Which
Well, you
ones
first
were-
I knew you won't be able to remember your own questions. What do you do batching of food?
Yeah.
No, I don't, because I don't need to, because I'm at home all the time.
Yeah.
And secondly, yes, for your planning your meals ahead.
So you do plan ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
I
find
have to
that a
plan
lot
it ahead.
easier.
Otherwise, I'm opening the fridge and there's no food in there.
6 meals out of one bolognese.
Yeah, seriously.
What are you feeding a budget?
And all your little takeaway tubs that you've got, just put them in them, put them in the fridge, or even put some in the freezer if you're not going to eat them all that week.
But I thought you did Hello Fresh, or have you stopped that?
Well, I would just.
What's a low fresh when it's
Hello Fresh.
Hello Fresh.
Not Hello Fresh.
Hello Fresh.
What's Hello Fresh?
Hello Fresh.
Hello Fresh is where you pick what meals you want on a website, and then what they do is they literally deliver the ingredients for each one of them meals all
is
in
good.
one go.
Like Gusto. Have you ever heard of Gusto?
Yeah.
It's
Same
exactly the
as
same as
Gusto.
that.
Right.
And so then, so you get your card that tells you how to cook that particular meal. You get they come in a bag numbered up with the recipe, and then you just open the bag, get everything out, and that's just for that one meal. And you cook it so it's fresh. But
I cook it.
won't. No, Ellen will cook it, but the person cooks it. And
I
that's-
have got to say that Helen does our cooking out of choice. Although she does like it when I do cook, she very much takes the lead in our house.
I think
and she's very good at it.
Yeah, I think you'd be absolutely fine doing a Hello Fresh meal as well.
I wouldn't. I don't think. I think I would struggle with the discipline of
that's
right.
right.
This is what you get. This is what you've got to
Instructions.
make. Well, not so much instruction. Well, yeah, probably instructions. But no, I mean, we have. Generally speaking, our freezer, you can open a drawer and there'll be stuff in it. You think, what should we make with that? Do you know what I mean? But we also have, and not deliberately batch making. Sometimes, like you say, if we're making a bolognese or a curry or whatever, and I might have one type of curry, and Ellen and Darcy might have something a bit more mild. And so if the portions are a bit bigger, then we will have, like you say, a takeaway tub, bang it in there, wallop it in the freezer, and then one day if I'm working from home, I can have it for my dinner or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I don't have 6 out of it, obviously, but get a couple of extra portions. And Ellen will sometimes do an homemade soup where she makes a big batch of it and freezes that. And
I mean, I have put stuff in freezer before and stuff like that, and then just used it as a storage for a few months and then put it in bin. Because I always forget to take it out to defrost it, or forget that it's in there.
Well,
or,
that's the benefit of things like Hello Fresh, Gusto, in that you don't end up having ingredients stuck in. I mean, let's face it. If you went into your cupboards at home and opened up, what do you think? If you went right to the back of them cupboards, what would be the oldest item that you'd probably find in some of your cupboards?
years.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I know.
I've no idea.
We've done it in the past. Let's sort these cupboards out. They're a right mess because you just put more and more stuff in. Stuff
And it all
gets
goes
used,
to the front.
and then you end up.
Not in my cupboard. I know exactly what's in my cupboard. I
You
know
do, don't you?
I know, and I know dates on them roughly.
Really? Give over.
Yeah. Yeah, and I rotate them round.
It's no wonder you're always so bloody busy.
I can imagine you stop checking in kitchen. Hang fire a minute, where's that bicarbonate soda gone?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Can I have a look at your Google calendar?
Yeah, I know
I
exactly.
bet it
what's
has,
in.
hasn't it? Last Tuesday of every month.
Yeah,
Stop count.
yeah, I'll know.
What was
'cause
it
I've
this
got-
week?
I've
We're doing
got-
freezer we're doing freezer today, ain't it? We'll do fridge tomorrow.
ain't it done? I know what's in my freezer. I know what's in my fridge and my cupboards, and I've got a shopping list. And I know exactly.
Hang on a minute.
And
There's
I-
a discrepancy
I never-
here.
I-
Anna, where's this clementine gone?
And I never run out of anything, so I never run out of salt or toilet roll or this. Never. It's never happened, and it never will. So I know exactly how much stuff there is in the house at any one time.
That has blown my mind.
And in my garage, I'll have like a stock of like bleach, toilet roll,
I've seen
paper
that
towels
before.
in my garage, so I know.
You're going to end up on front page at news or something. Aren't you? Front headline. He is. You are, aren't you? You're a nutter.
But because of that, my life's so simple because I never
Simple?
I never run out of things.
I mean, I
You just
genuinely.
blow my mind.
I bet if I went to back at some of our cupboards and pulled out a tin, I bet you it's already 5 years out of date.
Yeah.
I'd go as far as.
I
honestly.
reckon in a couple of days' time, you'll go into one of your cupboards and you'll be like, oh, what's that ferreting around it back? And Mark will be in there with his clipboard and a torch. Hell
Listen,
yes.
If you want me to come
You
round
got
and
some
sort it
rolled
all out
outs
for you,
here, Rob?
I should do a TV programme like decluttering people's cupboards, shouldn't I?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
what I
and
should
that's
do.
another thing. Like all the different things you've got on your worktops that then get degraded into cupboards that you forget then you've got. You know,
Degraded?
Well, you know, not degraded. What do you call it?
Defunct.
Demoted.
Well,
Demoted.
demoted. And you go, right, we don't need this on worktop because let's be honest, you end up with so much stuff. You've got kettles, toasters, toasty
kettles?
makers, a kettle.
How many kettles you got?
Well, a kettle, toasters.
How many toasters you got?
Oh my god! Toaster, smoothie maker. What's the new one everyone's got?
Air fryers.
Air fryer.
How many air fryers you got?
Air fryer. An espresso machine. It just before long, you've got no worktop. You're like, all I've got is things on the worktop. So then you put it in a cupboard.
Well, you've got
then
loads.
your
You've got
cupboards
two
get
toasters,
full.
2 kettles.
And then you're
Yeah.
like, I've forgotten what we even own. And you come to it one day and you go, we bought that bullet 4 years ago. We've never used it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you not have are these problems no one else has? Is it just me?
I don't have that problem because I know exactly what gadgets I've got.
Serial numbers, service dates.
No, in all fairness, I do know what you mean, and it's happened to me quite recently. In all fairness, so when I was changing my diet and stuff, and obviously you told me to buy some protein powder, so I bought some protein powder, and then I thought, oh, I don't really know how to make this, and then I thought, oh, it's better to blend it apparently. So I'm saying to Daisy, we need to buy a blender, and she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, we need to buy a blender for thing, and she's like, what, you mean like the one in the cupboard? I'm like, we ain't got a blender. She's like, yeah, we have. And she opened the cupboard and pulled out a Ninja blender with the different cups and different tops and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, you bought it about 2 years ago and never used
Can
it.
you not remember what you've bought that? I don't understand how
I mean,
you not know.
it's great. It's fantastic. If anyone needs a blender, the Ninja blender's brilliant.
Absolutely. We're full of it. Full of stuff that you never use. The other day, like a chopper thing that you put your... I don't know how to explain it. A cylindrical thing that's white and got blades on it that's in like a zigzag.
Yeah.
Very sharp. You put your onion in and you just push the top down and it cuts and then turns. And then you do it again and it just keeps turning. So within 5 presses of this, you've got a perfectly diced onion. And I'm like, how did I not even know we got this in the cupboard? Just little things like that.
You see, you've got to be careful with gadgets. Although you see, it seems a good idea to get that, but of course, end of the day, it's quicker just to slice the onion on a chopping
Well, actually,
board.
it's quicker just to buy onion that's already diced. That's what I do.
I
That's
must
more
admit,
expensive, though.
No,
And
it
that-
isn't. Not frozen.
Well, yeah, if you've got a big freezer, I ain't got a big freezer, so.
Well, I ain't got a big freezer, but if I knew I could do away with all that, I'd just
gadgets.
buy it.
Now, Mark is...
Me?
Sorry.
So, Mark is a bit of a king of... he's gone a bit ninja mad recently, though, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I keep supplying Helen with new toys. I have actually used a couple of them.
What's your most recent ninja purchase?
The pizza oven.
Any good?
Brilliant.
Oh, actually, you made us a pizza in that a few weeks back.
I did, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm still getting to grips with it, obviously. And
Did I
Oh,
have
it's,
a...
No.
it's when you were on
You had
laptop.
COVID.
Oh, hang on a minute!
Yeah.
So you're having Mark's cooking when I'm not here?
yeah, you didn't miss anything. By all
Oh,
accounts,
they were
I'm
lovely.
still getting to the grips of having to of how to do it. Ellen can nail it.
Oh, okay.
But so I'm yeah. But
Is it the one where you put wood chips in and it smokes?
you
it
can
and that?
do. You can put wood chips in. Same with the barbecue. You can put wood chips in that, or you can have it without.
Have you got the barbecue as well?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at you.
Yeah.
Have you got an air fryer?
2. Actually, we've got 3. I'll tell you for why. So
Are you selling? Are you getting rid of one? Because I ain't got an air fryer.
no, so we bought the first when Ninja first did the maxi one, the however many in one, the big one with the
With the
lid.
two
the
things.
lid. The lid, you take it off and you change. You had like a pressure lid and another lid.
Right.
And
do you mean a pressure cooker now?
it's an air fryer, pressure cooker, and everything.
Oh,
You
okay,
put a different
right.
lid on for different functions.
Okay.
Anyway, so bought Ellen one of those. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, whatever.
For a birthday or something.
I think it were for her birthday, yeah. Oh, God. How lucky is she?
She's so lucky.
She is very lucky. And anyway, and then it packed in. Something stopped working.
Had you used it? Is that why?
No, I don't know how to use it. And anyway,
Probably why it
so
didn't
they sent us another one, a replacement one. So, oh, happy days. Anyway, then something went wrong on that. No, sorry, I tell a lie. No, we got 4.
Oh my goodness me!
We must have given one away.
Well, if you give them
Because
away, can I have
we've
one?
also had
I'd love one, please.
We've also had 2 of the new one, because the first one of the new ones, because I bought her the new one to replace the original one because she was starting to struggle with her wrists at work and stuff. So I thought, ooh, I'll treat her. I'll buy her one.
So another one.
Yeah. So
buy her a
instead of
lighter
having to
one.
twist the lid off, it's got a slider on it. It's got a slider on it, right? And you can you can put it in the middle, and it'll air fry and it'll pressure cook at the same time. And I don't know how that works. Anyway, and then there's a
Technology,
thermometer. There's a
Mark,
thermometer
technology.
thing inside that you can put into meat, and it'll tell you when it's cooked, right? That stopped working, so I got in touch with Ninja. They sent a new one out, so we got another Ninja. So we have had 4.
Wow.
We must have
you, what have you done with it? I'm trying to beg one off you here.
And anyway, so what the original one is in the caravan, and the other 2 are in the kitchen. Where's the fourth one gone? Anyway, so long story, but anyway, so that's where we are.
Long story, not short.
Wow. But the barbecue thing's pretty good as well, and it tells you when to turn it over. You put your food in.
What, the pizza?
No, your sausages and that. You put them in. You close lid, and it goes beep beep. Turn food, and you turn it.
And it says turn food, does it?
Yeah. Wow. So Ellen, food needs turning over.
Well, that brings me on to the next question. What is there? Because we've all just said that obviously we cook and probably different amount of times that we cook in a week or whatever. But is there an expectation there? So, like for instance, do you like Rob? For instance, do you get home and if you was on a certain shift or whatever, is there an expectation that Gems cooks that night?
No.
Or is it something that you discuss, or is it something that's your job, her job?
I think it works based on shift. But if I'm home and I'm home first, and I'll say, well, I'll take dog out for a walk, come back, and if you're on a late, then I'll go, well, I'll just start cooking. I know what we're having, albeit we might have batch cooked spag bol previously, so it's just a case of reheating and making some pasta. But yeah, whatever it is that night, if we say, well, let's have chicken, veg, and potatoes, then yeah, I'll just make a start and do it. And if she were home first, then she'd do it. But yeah, we're both pretty much fluid with that.
So a question for you, Mark. Because I know, listen, we've said it before or whatever, you've said it, that Helen mainly cooks, pretty much a daily thing.
Yeah.
So if Helen decided one day that she just wasn't going to cook, would it get to a certain time at night where you then go,
just eat?
Oh, I'm gonna
Uber.
Oh, Helen must not be cooking tonight. Or would you actually go, where's my tea? I don't mean that in an horrible way.
Well, I think you know our relationship. It's not as closed as that. In the conversation's not happening.
Yeah.
Ellen might say, "I don't know what to do for tea." Do you know what I mean? And Ellen loves cooking, and she's like, "Oh, do you know what I'm going to make for tea today?" And you can hear her. She's planning fruit week. And, I'm going to have on Thursday. We're going to have on this on Sunday. And sometimes you get up in the morning, you've not had your breakfast. You go, "Oh, what do you want? What do you fancy for your tea?" And I'll be like, "What? It's 7:30."
I know if I'd have married Ellen, I'd be 100 stone now.
Honestly, she's a feeder. Fantastic. She's a great cook, and a feeder. So Ellen is always thinking about the next meal and the meal after that, and I just fancy eating. And so I'll leave her to it, sort of thing. But there will be times when Ellen will be feeling off or whatever, or I'll say I'll cook and I'll do a single.
Get on your phone.
Get on my phone. Yeah, do something in 1 or 2 pans, and Ellen will help. A little bit if it gets a bit stressful for me. But yeah, so I do cook. It's rare. Don't get me wrong. It's if it's once a month, that's a lot because it really is not that often. But
do you know how you normally cook, Mark?
Yes.
Does Aina ever say to you, "No, Mark, don't you cook tonight? I'm going to cook."
She will, but it'll only be if she's not been at work. And generally maybe at weekends. And funnily enough, it happened a couple of days ago. She decided to cook. I think it were, I want to say Sunday, maybe she did that.
What did she cook you?
No, not Sunday. Saturday, sorry. I tell her I went out all day Sunday.
What did she make you?
Adobe. I can't pronounce it. Adobe, pork adobe.
Is it
a dance?
An editing software?
A Filipino dish, I think.
All right, was it nice?
That's
nice,
adobe.
pork and
It's a
rice.
dance, isn't it? You see that on street life.
She wanted to put nuts on it, but they'd run out.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Annie, you've looked in the wrong cupboard.
What about other jobs then around the house?
So I tend to take the lead when it comes to physical thing. Well, that's a physical thing. Cooking is a physical thing. But like DIY and stuff.
Yeah.
And to the detriment of everything because I'm not very good at it.
I think you do yourself a disjustice. I know you say it tongue in cheek, and I know you go at things, all at it at times.
Yeah.
But I actually think you're very good at DIY.
I'm always on the go, and I'm always coming up with things to do, and let's do this, let's do that. And so,
but what about the domestic chores like cleaning?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not very good. I'll hoover up in the living room and whatever else. I know what hoover is and that. And,
know where Uber is.
That sounds really bad, this, doesn't it?
Ellen, come upstairs. I've got bleach in my eyes.
So, right, I will say I am mothered. I am. Do you know what I mean? But and it's not from it's not like an expectation thing on my part. I'd be quite happy if it weren't that way. And
it's just evolved into that, is it?
Yeah,
would you say? Yeah.
Do you sometimes think though, because this age-old question, I suppose, or whatever, that men and women think differently, and they do. Men and women generally,
Yeah,
they
of course
genuinely,
they do.
they men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and all that kind of thing, and there's generally a different thought process. But do you think that sometimes, and I'm not aiming this at you because I'm in the same category, that you'd potentially...
What, you mean male?
Yeah, yeah. That you potentially do more around the house if you was asked to do it. So, like, for instance...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so, like, for instance, if Daisy said to me, can you put some washing in today and, whatever, mop kitchen floor or whatever, then that's what I'll do.
It's funny.
Yeah. And I never sit there and think I'm being ordered to do something, I'm being told to do something or whatever. It just helps that thought process. But I do know a lot of women that would go, you shouldn't have to be told.
Yeah.
You know that washing needs to be put in. You know the kitchen floor needs to be mopped.
I'm not... The initiative on my part is not that good. So, but I've got no qualms in being told, can you do me a favour? Could you just...
Well,
and I would.
Yeah.
But I'm not very good at the... I know what I'll do. I'll just put some washing in.
Yeah.
Do you know, like Ellen's face over there, I said, I'm going to do some washing, right?
Oh, dear.
I know. And she was like, right, you can't put whites in with the darks, right? So I was like, fair enough. So I got the darks, and then there were some greys. Right, are they whites or are they darks? Do you know what I mean? So and she went, Mark, they're whites. I'm like, they're not white. And then they're also... And then I said, what about these coloured ones?
Gets
Can they go in?
complicated,
Like
doesn't it,
blue
Mark?
and pink.
It's complicated, doesn't it?
And I was like... And then, so... It's just complicated, isn't it? It's hard. So
He's giving an aneurysm.
He's getting anxiety.
But then other day, she said, I was working from home, and she said, do us a favour. When washing machine finishes, would you just hang them out for me? Yeah, no problem. And then the day progressed, and then later on I got a message. Have you put washing out? Yeah, I'm just doing it now. I forgot.
Do you know my thing is I'm a bit of a list guy, so I like making lists of things, and then I can go along the list and tick them off as I've done them, But I often wake up and there's already a list for me that I've not made. So
Wow.
I know what there is to do. But I must admit, I have mentioned this in a previous podcast where, because of the shift pattern...
One of ours, hopefully.
Yeah. I because of the shift pattern and forgetting how quick a week's gone or what week it is and whatever, I forget when the last time I'll clean bathrooms. And in my head, I did them last week. But in reality... there's
I was waiting for you to pick up on this, Mark.
How many bathrooms have you got?
Well, two.
Have you got more bathrooms than you've got toasters?
2 bathrooms and a downstairs toilet.
Wow.
So I was obviously I'm like,
Oh, Robin is Downton Abbey.
I need to do
It's
these.
the same as me. I've got 2 bathrooms and
Have you?
and a downstairs toilet, yeah.
But I'll think I did it last week, but actually it
Hang on,
wasn't.
have we got a second bathroom?
But it'll be 3 weeks ago that I did it, or 2 weeks ago that I did it. And I think, that's why I created that rotor on my calendar. So I remembered, I need to do this on that day. Do you know what I mean? And I'd scheduled it in on days off when I go, I can do that then, I can do that
So
then.
there's only 2 of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'd do?
What?
I'd just leave one of them locked. And it'd never need doing.
Yeah. Like you could say that. Yeah. But I do think that we're quite fair in what we do. The one thing I cannot stand doing, I just think it's a huge waste of life, ironing.
Oh, absolutely.
I
We
just
don't iron.
hate it. I honestly, I'm just
Yeah.
I don't like it.
We don't iron.
I'm good at ironing.
Are you?
I'm quite good.
Yeah.
I'm quite good at ironing. If
And I don't mind it. I don't get me wrong, I couldn't have a day just ironing.
Yeah.
That because while I'm doing that, I'll be painting fence or doing something else at the back of my head, or I won't be painting fence because I've not painted fence this year. But you know what I mean? I'd be doing something else at the back of my head. I'd be thinking, so I'll put iron down while it's warming up, and then I'll go off and do something else, and then come back and carry on doing other sleeve. But
I
yeah,
definitely can't say I'm good at ironing. I'm very slow.
But with Mark, we're washing. Like you don't do any washing, so I do all the washing. Aina does no washing in the house. The only thing, and I'd said this as if she's lazy. She's not, because she works more hours than I do. Mm-hmm. But Aina does all the cleaning in the house.
Right.
And again, not because I can't do it. I mean, when I used to live by myself, I did cleaning. It's just that Aina likes to clean. It must be a Filipina thing. She just likes cleaning. But other than that, that's the only thing she does. So the cooking I do, the washing of the clothes. She just does a little bit of ironing.
And that's I suppose that's what we're getting at. Do you naturally fall into these kind of roles?
Yeah, I think-
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
And you know, is it something? Because I don't know about anybody else, but it's never been a conversation between me and Daisy.
No.
It's never been a conversation of
Not for
you
us.
do this, I'll do this, you do that, I do that. You know, it's just been, you know,
Sometimes it's very autonomous, isn't it, as well? Like, you might wake up, if, let's say Daisy went to work before you, she might have woke up and opened the dishwasher and gone, oh, dishwasher needs putting on. She'll put it on. And
I
then,
am the dishwasher.
Right, well,
Or Daisy is. I don't mean I wash all the
yeah,
pots.
you might
You
wake
don't
up
have a
and-
dishwasher?
No.
Oh.
Right, so if you've got a dishwasher, you might wake up, put the dishwasher on, and then they'll go to work. They won't have to say to you, you need... I mean, Gemma will say to me, you need to empty the dishwasher, but I would go downstairs and go to open the dishwasher to maybe put something in and go, oh, that looks clean. Oh, I'll empty it. It's not like I go, oh, I can't be bothered with that, I'll just leave it. You know, I'll then empty the dishwasher. And so it's just that kind of, you know, reading, oh, kitchen's a bit untidy, it needs a clean. I'll
It is,
clean
but
it.
that's why I thought I'd ask, because I think everybody's different, aren't they? Like there are some relationships out there that, for instance, they'll have a dishwasher, and one of the partners, for instance, I'm not going to say the man or whatever, but probably is mainly the man, would never even think of filling it or emptying it. And it's not because
And that's completely opposite me, because Aina don't do anything. I fill it up and I empty it, and she never touches it.
Filling it up's just natural, because if you finish your meal, you go and you put your stuff in it, and so that just comes as it does.
See,
That-
it's
Yeah,
knowing
but-
when, it's
but
knowing
no,
when
no,
he's putting
no,
on that.
but
But
yeah.
someone just leave it.
You get up in the
But-
morning,
no,
you open drawer, and you're like,
no,
oh, there's
no.
no plates left.
No, Mark, no, it's not. You can't, because filling a dishwasher is not simple, is it? You've got to put things in a dishwasher the right way.
Oh, this, I've got to be honest, you have touched onto a note here.
So it's not easy. So like Aina don't fill it up. She don't. I mean, emptying's fine. You know, it's easy to empty it, but putting it in, they've got to go in certain ways.
What would you do?
Cups
Here's
up-
a question then.
What would you do if you came downstairs and you saw Anna going into a dishwasher? Would you start?
Well, she wouldn't do it, but
would there a bead of sweat run down your neck?
Well, she wouldn't do it. But to answer your
Oh.
question, she'd put the things in the wrong way.
I've got a question for you then. Knives and forks
Yeah.
facing down with the handle up, or handle down and the fork or knife
Well,
up.
you've got to have the sharp bits pointing down.
Well, I think my understanding is that the knives are supposed to go downwards in the instructions, but I don't. in the dishwasher instructions, it
Yeah.
tells you to put knives down because you can put your hand on it, but I
Yeah.
put knives upwards.
What? But why?
I've just
That'll
always
teach
have.
you for going back in my dishwasher.
I just always have.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. That
I'm not saying that's the right way, bad way. I'm just telling you what I do.
Well, this is my bugbear. That I've been to people's houses before and they've said there's no. It's in not washing machine,
Instructions.
dishwasher. So I've gone to get it and I'm like, oh, you've put them upside down, because to me, when I go to take them out and put them in the cupboard, I don't want to pick them up by not because it's sharp. I don't
But
want
the
to put
blade.
my hand
Yeah.
on the bit that I'm going to eat from. You know, the
That's your
forks.
first thought.
Yeah, well, forks.
There's a sharp knife, and you're thinking, I don't want to touch that because my food's going to be.
Forks or spoons or anything. I don't want to pick them up by that part and
Yeah,
then
no,
put them in a cupboard,
yeah.
even though my hands are probably clean. It's like, just put them down and then you can just take them out and you're holding the handle part and put them in the cupboard.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm always a bit like, why would you put them upside
That's
down?
the last thing that would enter my head.
Well, I've had them that way, and they don't seem to clean as well because they're in the sort of they're in the metal, they're in the plastic thing that you
Have
put.
you kept that thing on the top that only lets you put them upside
Yeah.
down?
Yes.
Right, yeah, I took that straight out.
Yeah.
Which I suppose that probably does show that they are
I
meant
mean,
to go upwards.
with that, I don't think there's any right or wrong. But cups, for example, or bowls, you can't put cups upwards in a dishwasher because they'll just fill it with
It'd
water.
just be full of water, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
So that there is no.
Isn't it easier just to wash the pots?
Well,
No.
I mean,
That used to be. It's a nightmare washing
I mean,
pots.
I must admit, I've got like a hybrid system going on where, you know, I put stuff
like
in the dishwasher, but some things, especially like a protein shaker that you know you're going to need,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, I'll just wash that.
Well, I ain't got one of them, so I don't
pans,
need to.
I don't like putting pans in dishwashers.
Absolutely, I'll wash. So if obviously Ellen's cooking, and I will help with washing up and stuff, but I will tend to do pans and stuff hand wash.
Yeah.
Particularly while they're still hot, because they're even easier to clean, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it's one thing that I will say, because I'm quite open. I can cook and I will cook. I can clean and I will clean. I'm not very good at tidying, but I'm quite good at cleaning. Yeah, when I'm tidying, I end up just moving something from one place
To another.
To another.
Do you want me to come round
Yeah.
and tidy for you? 'Cause I can
by
tidy
all
for you.
means, by all means. But
That's
I'm,
what Gemma does. It's normally called hide and seek.
Yeah. but I'm quite good. I'm all right at cleaning. But what I would say genuinely and honestly, and I'm saying this on tape, I would be lost without Daisy, though.
Yeah.
I would be 100% lost without Daisy. I really would.
I'd
Because
look
although
like-
I can do all these things, my mind doesn't work like that. My mind just doesn't work.
I would look like a prisoner of war.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, Ellen. I would.
I think I'm all right.
Well, while we're talking about chores, it's not really. This is not really a chore, but it's about taking charge. What about the bills and all the utilities type stuff in the house? Who takes charge of them? Well, you guys.
I do.
You do.
No,
Okay.
I'm not saying I pay for them all. I'm
No,
not saying that
it's
for
not
one
about paying,
second.
but it's about like
But-
making sure things. Yeah,
But
I mean, I know
there
there's.
there are
you know what I'm saying.
there are certain things that comes out of Daisy Bank, certain things come out of mine, certain things come out of joint and stuff like that. But I would say that predominantly, if we go to buy something or whatever, Daisy would be saying to me, "Can we afford it?" Or do you know what I mean? It's me that sorts that sort of stuff out. Yes.
Okay, well, I was sort of not so much about who pays, because that's obviously more personal, but I was like, who takes charge of making sure things are, I won't say paid, because it's all down
I would send me.
But I mean, all the accounts, there's TV license, is this, changing things and,
I think it's a very mixed bag with us.
Okay.
So much that Gemma normally reminds me that this needs doing. That bill, bill's not paid. Everything's automated from Bill's side of things. But like if you car insurance, home
Yeah,
insurance,
stuff like car insurance,
you're sorting out the thing. I never remember where they are. I very rarely make notes of when they are, when they need doing.
So you don't sort them out then either?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay.
They all get filed away, but I never go back and look at it. I keep saying I'm going to make a spreadsheet of dates of when things need doing.
I can do that for you. I've got one.
Have you really?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. I need that.
Oh,
I
listen,
need
I've got
that in my
spreadsheets
life.
for everything.
Oh, mate, you've got to send me that. And then that'll help me massively.
So what about you, Mark?
I don't even know who some of our providers are.
So that's Ellen then.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
So if we've got a problem with something, or if it's like, I don't know, you're on a special locked-in deal with Virgin for TV and whatever, and you come in to ender it, I'm the one that'll do the phone call and that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what day we pay for it. I don't know. I do know we are for our utilities now because we're the electric car, so I know that we're with Octopus. I couldn't tell you who we were with before. I have no idea, to be honest.
So you've no idea what companies, what dates they come out, how much?
No.
'Cause I know all of these.
No.
I know all the companies and dates and amounts and everything.
That does not
I
surprise
could tell
me.
you how much our mortgage is. I think I could tell you how much the council tax is, ish. I don't know when it comes out. I don't know about anything.
Do you know? So let me ask you a question. Council tax, do you pay that every month?
I think so.
What-
Because I think you get 2 months off.
That's why I asked you. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's too much.
I
you
know.
don't
Ellen
pay,
will go, oh yeah, there's no council tax this month.
yeah,
I'm like,
that's it.
"Ooh."
That's why I asked you.
I think we pay yearly.
Yeah, but there's 2 months you don't pay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking you.
I
to
must
see if
admit,
could
I
trick
don't
you.
know things to that detail. It's more like things like, oh, this is due for renewal, and I'll be the one that calls them because I'm the one that says, no, I'm not paying that. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
What's your best
Yeah,
price?
so you deal with it.
And I'll barter and try,
Yeah.
and then I'll go, no, I'll leave you.
I'm the one. I'm the one that can do that. Really.
Yeah.
really
So you
well.
two sort of dip in and then dip back out. Is that right? I would
A
say
little bit, yeah.
A little
I
bit.
do tend to do quite a bit of it, but I definitely need reminding. I'm not the one that knows
okay.
that needs doing now.
Oh, okay.
I just think I find it fascinating. Me, I do. This is why, and I know Mark frowns at me when I say this, but this is
Not
why
me.
I do. Not you.
Not me.
I quite like watching reality TV and stuff because I like seeing how
Other
people
people.
Yeah.
behave, just
Yeah.
human behaviour, and things like relationships and living together and stuff like that. I do find it fascinating. I do. That certain roles that people fall into, or how do you get two strangers, that bung them together in the same place? Obviously they fall in love or whatever, but they are two individual people, and you've got to coexist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just trying to understand each other and just what by not doing something or whatever can make the other person angry or upset or
The dynamics.
do you know
of
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
I'm really lucky because I have no expectations of Daisy. Daisy has no expectations of me. We kind of work together, but there's no two ways about it. Daisy takes the lion's share, and I could do more. I should do more, but it's like I have said to her. I have no issue at all with her saying, "Do this, do that, do the other," and I'll do it with a smile on my face. And that's it. That's how I work. Same as you with your list.
Yeah.
Gemma knows how you work his list, so she gives you lists.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure, Mark, if Ellen said to you, do this, do that, you'd do it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's knowing that the relationship is built upon those expectations and the realization, I suppose, that that's how you are and that's how you are, and saying, well, and accepting it and saying, well, right, I know he's not going to think about doing this because he don't think about it. You know what I mean?
And that's bang right, Mark. That's what we're getting at. The expectation and acceptance of people.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like some women or whatever, and I'm saying women, in past for me or whatever, have said, I shouldn't have to tell you to do that. I shouldn't have to. Yeah, but I'm me, and this is how my brain works.
Yeah, I think there perhaps is an element of, we could do better to be more like that.
Yeah.
And that's about self-development, I suppose, isn't it? So we probably do get away with a bit by not doing that.
But I'm really lucky because Enya never asks me or tells me to do anything. I mean, obviously, first of all, I'm doing 80% of it anyway. And that, again, I'm not saying that's because she's lazy. She's not.
No,
she works way more hours than I work.
Because you've done it 3 days before she'd even think to ask you, because you are literally that far ahead of what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So I never get lists from her. Occasionally she might say, "Oh, can you just check my tyres on my car?" But we're not. That's fine.
Yeah, as soon as I finish this stock take, love.
But I'm never. I'd never get notes to say, can you, empty dishwasher or can you clean windows? I'm lucky in that sense. So I'm
sorry, I've been sat here, right, and I've been looking at Mark.
Me?
Right? No, other one. Right.
Again.
I don't think you've asked me for a question for about 15 episodes, Mark, Kirk. So what's going on?
I've been looking at Mark. I feel as though there's something different about you, and I can't put my finger on it.
Has he had an haircut?
Have you lost weight?
No. I wish.
Have you lost hair?
Probably. I'm losing colour in my hair.
Your hair looks good though, actually.
Thank you.
Have you had a shave as well?
Yeah. I shave.
Are none of these the things?
No. Mark shaves every day.
Generally, sometimes once every other day.
Do you know, Mark? Has anything changed?
I've got new glasses.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
New glasses.
Yeah, eventually.
Are they different colours or a different colour frame?
They're different frames altogether, different colour and... Yeah.
Oh,
Look at me.
It was...
I've not noticed.
Oh, yeah, you're dashingly handsome, actually.
Thank you.
You need
Thank
your
you,
eyes testing as well.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Well, I've got a story because it was quite eventful, and you should say that. You should have gone to Specsavers, because I actually went to an optician's, and it wasn't Specsavers. In Meadowhall.
I use Vision Express.
A very well-known one. And...
what were it called?
I'm not going to go there because I actually said I'll come to it.
Oh, right.
So, my other glasses were really badly scratched, because you know that I sometimes go out on site and it can be quite arid and dry in dry weather.
Mark, I'm so with you. Exactly the same.
Yeah,
my glasses always get scratched at work.
And so they end up scratched. You rub them down with your shirt.
Don't you have
whatever.
an anti-scratch thing put on them?
Yeah, but
They still scratch.
yeah, because it can be really, really rough.
When you're grinding, it don't really
Well,
work.
I'm not physically doing the work, but you have sweepers going around sites, so it's quite dusty. And anyway,
Back to opticians.
so I thought, do you know what? Sorry, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to go and get my eyes checked, and I'll get some new glasses. So after work one night, went to opticians, had my eyes checked. Oh, your prescription's changed. Right, okay. We think you could do with some varifocals. Do you want to have a look around some frames? And anyway, we'd booked in to go for something to eat, so we had a look round. I couldn't really decide on any frames. Ellen was with me, and she was like, I'm not really a fan of those ones. I'm not a fan of those. So we binned it off. Said, right, sod it. Let's just go and have something to eat, and I'll come and have a look another day. So we went for something to eat, and then a couple of days later, I said to her, I need to go and get some glasses. I'll go to the branch in Rotherham, because we were going to Rotherham anyway, to Retail World. There's another one of the branches there. So I went in. I said, are you linked up to the other branch in Meadow? Yeah, we've got your prescription. We can get it up. I said, great. I'm going to have a look for some lenses. So found some. I thought, oh, brilliant. Really like these. No problem. She said, well, you could do with varifocals. I said, well, I don't really want to sound vain, but I'm not really wanting to accept the fact that I'm getting old and I need varifocals. So, can I just have single vision lenses like I've got currently? She said, well, for distance, well, whatever these ones are. She said, yep, they're distance lenses. Yep, no problem. So, anyway, did whatever, paid for it. It's going to be a week or whatever till they come back. No problem. Went about my business, and then about 5 days later, I got a phone call. Your new glasses are here. So I thought, oh, brilliant. So I went down, tried them on, and I was like, I'm not overly sure about these. I said, everything looks really, really clear and bright. I said, but I'm struggling to read anything up close. And she said, well, that's because you've gone for single vision. You should really be going for varifocal. So I was like, you're joking. She said, try them for a few days and see how you get on.
Did you not know that, though, if you're not getting varifocals?
Well,
Because they're not going to help you with reading, are they?
I'll explain my logic.
Okay.
So I
right.
thought, because I'd already got single vision lenses, that if I got a new prescription with single vision, that my eyesight wouldn't be any worse than what they were before.
Yep.
However, my distance had improved, but it had impaired then because that had improved. Because the lens had improved, if you like, for distance, it had made my short vision worse, if you like, in effect. So,
Okay.
anyway, so she said, take them and try them for a few days. Your eyes might just need adjusting. I said, no problem. So
Yeah,
Your eyes might need adjusting.
No, your eyes might-
Screwdrivers in.
because sometimes your eyes will, they've never needed to adjust over time, but I thought no problem. Anyway, I couldn't get on with them. I was getting headaches. I was struggling to read, so I kept putting my old glasses back on. Anyway, a couple of days later, I went back down. I said, look, I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to try something different. She said, well, what we can do is we can look at getting a boost lens put in your glasses. Said it's not quite a varifocal, but it will just increase, and it's almost like a baby step, halfway towards varifocal. There won't be a line in your glasses or anything like that, but it'll just mean that different focal points will be different magnification. You look down for reading, and you look straight for, So I thought, well, I've got to go for it. So, I had to pay an extra, whatever it was, 60, 70 quid for this extra boost thing. So I said, no problem. It'll be a week to come back. So anyway. Went about my business again. 5 or 6 days later, get a phone call. Your glasses are ready. So I went back down, tried them on, and I was like, I'm struggling here. I can read all right, but now I can't see distance properly. There's something not right. So she said, right, just go and try them for a couple. So I went and tried them for a couple of days.
Can't wait for punchline.
It's a long story, this, isn't it?
I mean, you said I waffle.
So I took them, a couple of days. No chance. I just couldn't get on with them. So I went back again. I said, look, I'm really, really sorry. I can't get on with these. She said, right, there's only one thing we can do. We need to do a recheck on your eyesight. No problem. So she booked me in for 3 or 4 days in advance. Not in advance, but 3 or 4 days' time.
Yeah.
Can you come back down on Sunday? I said, yeah, no problem. So I went back down, saw the optician, said, right, where did you have your eyes tested before? I said, the Meadowhall branch. She went, well, I'm going to do a retest now, and we'll make sure everything's okay. So he does the eye test. He goes, right, we've got a problem. Your prescription's wrong. Oh, you're joking? No, he said, I don't know how it's happened, but your eye, he was doing all his testing, and he said, what they'd set me up in that branch, he said, I know exactly what your prescription should be, and it's not what it's been recorded as at the other branch.
And do you know what the difference was, or did you never find that out? As in,
no, I did, because there's numbers plus something in one eye and plus something in another, and I don't know about if
Okay.
So I said, right, no problem. He said, leave it with us. We'll get your new lenses sorted. We'll put the boost on them. We'll get you back down, and we'll get you sorted. Brilliant. I now know what the problem is.
Yeah.
Sorted. So big deep breath.
I've got a feeling it's not sorted. But
Went about my business. A few days. Went to a festival. Gets a phone call while I was there, which I couldn't take because obviously I was
your glasses are ready.
Your glasses are ready.
So gets back and I says, do you know what, Ellen? I'm going to go and pick up my new glasses. Quite exciting. Everything's going to be okay. So I walked in. I said, hello, I've come to pick up my new glasses. They came in, I had a recheck, blah, 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 blah. She said, no problem. What's your name? Told her my name. She went, right, go and take a seat over there, and I'll get one of my colleagues to come over and help you. So I could see him talking, and then they've got all these big white drawers. She takes these glasses out, fetches them over to me, unravels them all. Right, try these on. So I put some on.
I hope this is going to be a good ending, I'll tell you.
I put them on, and I'm looking around, and I'm saying, there's something not right here.
Have you got X-ray specs now?
Right, honestly, I can't read. I can't see in distance. I said, I'm sorry. I said, I can't even see your face properly. Everything's blurry. And she's like, they can't be. I said, honestly, and they've got like, I don't know if obviously you all wear glasses. They have like a handheld sort of mirror thing, don't they, with a writing on, with different size writing on it. Yeah. She said, right, tell me what you can read. I said, I can't see any of it. She can't even see the top. The top line's quite big font. You
Are
know.
you talking about the eye thing?
No,
when
no,
it's
no.
stuck-
It's a handheld. It's like a.
It is like the eye thing,
It
but
is
it's
like
in
the
a
eye
very.
thing,
It's like a book.
On one side's a mirror, the other side is there's different
And
lines
it's got
of
like
text.
it's got text on it, different sizes.
Yeah,
It goes
yeah.
down like
and,
that.
and
like
I'm
that.
looking at it, and I said,
Okay.
I'm really sorry. I can't read any of it. It's all blurry. I said, as I'm looking around and I can see obviously the different departments in the shop, I said, I can't even see the signs properly. I can make out what they're supposed to say, but it's not like it should be. So I took them off and I put my old glasses back on again, and I said, I can read halfway down that in my hand with my, old glasses on.
Okay.
And I said, I can see you, and I can see all the signs around me better than I can with these new glasses. There's a problem. I said, I'm getting a bit concerned here that might be something wrong with my eyes. So she was like, I really don't know what to suggest. So she called a colleague over. She said, what's the problem? She said, right, he's been in.
This guy can't see.
He's been in.
He's blind.
He's had some glasses, and then he had a boost fitted, then he had a recheck. Now he's got his new glasses, and he still can't see. So this other one was like, I really don't know what to say to you. She said, the only thing I can suggest is we give you a full refund, because I don't know what else to expect. So I'm like, well, fair enough.
I mean, as an engineer, I'd have said, give me the glasses you've got, and I'd have took the two and compared them and found out what the difference was in the
done that.
lenses.
Anyway.
I mean, beg me if I'm wrong, but when you have an eye test, obviously, they get you to put things in and go, is that better, and that better? Is that basically what you did when you
had
were
the recheck?
Yes.
And everything.
So you must have been lying to him, going, yeah, that's better. Yeah. Surely that's what's happened. Were you drunk at the time?
So she says to me, look, I'm really sorry. The only thing I can think is we give you a full refund. And I was like, well...
And you walk out blind.
Well, just go back to where you were and then go somewhere else. And that's the only thing. And I'm like, well, I've got to sort them. So, yeah, whatever. So the original woman said to me, right, but she went, 3167. I went, what's that? She went, your date of birth. I went, no.
Oh.
I said, I was born in 79. She went, oh, what's your name? I said, Mark Hill. She went, these aren't your glasses.
Oh my goodness me.
I was like, what? She says, there's no wonder you can't see anything. I said, what was that, 3160? She said, yeah, I thought that's not your date of birth. I went, I'm not 56. I'm 44. And so anyway, so she went, so then she burst out laughing. A colleague burst out laughing. I could hear the woman on the other side of because the booths like, sort of split into four. You sat in quarters. I could see their shoulders going, and everyone laughing around. She goes, I'm ever so sorry. Anyway, she went, hang on a minute, and then she went over to the drawer. She went, I've got your glasses here. So I put them on out, and it was like a celebration moment. I was like, I can see! Everyone's laughing. And I'm like, unbelievable. And she says, well, feel free if you want to put it on Facebook. I says, look, I'm not that kind.
I'm going to put it on a podcast.
I said, I won't be putting it on Facebook. However, I haven't named them, but it was funny.
What I'd like to know is, you know when they gave you these glasses that were wrong?
Yeah.
Did you not go,
They're not my glasses.
they're not my glasses?
No, this is no, because this is the thing.
Because you couldn't see them.
No, this is
because you not got your glasses on.
This was the strange thing. They were so similar to these that I didn't know they were different.
And the fact you couldn't see them anyway because you were blind.
No, but had they been like smaller or rounder or bigger, I'd have gone, they're not the glasses I've ordered. But they were so similar to these that I didn't pay any attention to them.
Time at the bar, please.
But you've got your glasses sorted.
I've got my glasses and I can see.
Brilliant. Can you see that wheel of features wheel?
Yeah, should we give it a spin?
I think we should.
I think we should, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Here we go. Oh, it's spinning.
What's it going to be?
Oh, this is so exciting. Go on. He's nearly there.
The Wheel of Features.
Right, you ready to spin the wheel?
Let's spin it.
Here we go.
What is it?
Is it me? Is it? Who is
What
it?
is it?
Hey!
It's mine.
Which one?
What the bloody hell is that?
Right, so I've been touring the world to find some sound effects
Touring
for
the
you.
world.
I've been round with a microphone, testing different sounds, and I've got one for you. Now, I don't think this is quite as hard as the last one, but I won't say it's easy.
But that's one reason. We're a toaster.
Well, yeah, but it took a long time to get, that's for sure. Are you all ready for this
ready.
week's?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, sounds like this.
Oh, it sounds like you're going to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
I'll give it you again.
Can I say what I think it is?
Well, I'm going to give it you again, and then you can. You ready?
Can I say what
Absolutely, go for it.
I think it's you're pressing a button on a audio cassette tape deck that open with ejects.
All right, okay.
No.
Mark on the mark.
Play it again. Am I allowed to?
You know what I'm saying when I'm saying that, don't you? Audio button
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
What the bloody hell is that?
While he's thinking, Kirk.
To me, it sounds like you're like loading a gun.
Yeah.
But
Or a Walkman button. It's
Yeah,
ejecting
I
the-
think it's like it is like you're pressing.
Yeah,
play on a
and cassette
Yeah.
things opening.
Good tries. I'll tell you next week. See you all later, boys. See you
later.
later. Pleasure.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for your continued support with our independent podcast. Did you know that you can interact with us and other listeners on Facebook, on the Chat In Tap Room Facebook group? You can also get in touch via email, innthechat@gmail.com, and of course on any of our socials. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.